Okay, let me give you guys some more practice. So sketch this graph here, y equals blah 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 here. So at the moment you've got one block taking away this block here. And remember the coefficient here is not 1. So you've got to sort this out first. You want it somehow so that later on you will have cos of 2x, and then you can put some sort of bubble into this x here, and then it will give you this whole thing here. Okay, now if you don't understand what I'm talking about, then you have to watch some of the earlier videos. So yeah, so sketch this graph and press pause and have a go. Okay, so first try to sort out this bubble here. So rewrite the whole thing as this: 3 cos this. Take the 2 out as a factor, so it will be this, and then it will be 90 over 2, which is 45. Okay, oops, and then close it off, and then take away 2. Okay, you see, if you look at this bit here, you in effect will have this. Hang on, cos 2x, and then later on we can put this bubble here into this thing here, into the x, and then that will give us the whole thing here. That will give us the whole thing here. You see, the reason why we want this bubble here is because from this bubble we can see is a horizontal shift. You see, if you leave it in this form here, you cannot see the horizontal shift. But if you factor out the 2, then you can see, once you've got this bubble here, then you can see there's a horizontal shift. Well, anyway, let's carry on. Hang on, let me clear this. Yeah, so from here, so you would start here, and then you would transform it. Well, you would get it to this stage, and then from this stage we can see all the transformations here. So start off with our function f of x here equals, let's say, cos of x. Okay, so this is our starting point, and then slowly we will transform it slowly until we get to this whole thing here. Okay, so hang on, let me clear this. So let's start off with our let's say f of x equals cos of x here. So our graph will look like this. Hang on, our graph will look like this. So this here is 360. Okay, this bit here is 360, and then our next transformation is this bit here, this 2 here. So our next transformation would be this. Our next transformation would be f2x. So that will give us cos 2x. Okay, so you basically put this into here, then that will give you this thing here. Okay, so hang on. So this is our normal standard cos of x. So our cos of 2x will be this. One period, and then you've got another one here. So this here is 360, and this here is 180. Okay, so that's this transformation taken care of. And then let's go back to this bit here. You see, from this here, we can slowly transform. Well, we can see what we need to do. Well, anyway, so we've done this 2 here. Our next transformation would be this here. So our next transformation would be x minus 45. So our next transformation here would be x minus 45. Okay, then that would give us cos 2 bracket x minus 45, and then close it off. Remember, we are putting this thing here into this 2 here. You see, the good thing about this is you can see there's a horizontal shift. Well, anyway, so at the moment we are here, okay, and we've got this graph here. Our next transformation is to move everything to the right by 45. So so this here would be here. So this would be 45 here, okay, and then 360 here. You would add 45, which would be 405. well, anyway, everything would get shifted across by uh, by by 45. So your graph here would look like this. So sketching sketching a graph here would look like this. Hang on. So it was here. We're going to shift it across. So it's going to be one period, and then we've got another period here. So this bit here would be 45. Okay, this bit here would be 405 because it was 360, and then we add 45 because we are shifting everything across by 45. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now looking at this here, our next transformation here would be this. So our next transformation would be this. Hang on. So currently we are here. Our next transformation would be this. Would be to change the amplitude. So our next transformation would be this. So that would give us 3 cos 2x minus 45. Close it off here. So looking at this graph here, it was 1 here. Now it's going to get moved up to 3. It was 1 here, moved up to 3. Negative 1 here. Well, negative 1 times 3, that would take us to negative 3. So basically, our new graph would look like this. Hang on, this was here 1, and then when you times 3, it would take you to 3. So this here is 3 up here. Okay. This here, negative 1 times 3, it would be down here. So really, your new graph would look something like this. You are just changing the amplitude. Everything gets a lot, well, the amplitude has changed. Okay, so this is our new transformation here. Okay, and then going back to here, then our last transformation would be this negative 2 here. So our last transformation would be this. Everything stays the same, and then we minus 2. So everything staying the same means the whole thing here stays the same. So it would be this 3 cos 2x minus 45 here. Everything stays the same, and then you minus 2 here, meaning that everything. See this purple line here? Everything gets dragged downwards by 2. So it was 3 here, so now it's going to get dragged down to 1 here. This here is a negative 3, and then it gets dragged down to negative 5. Okay, so hang on. So our new graph here. Well, I'm just going to recycle the old graph. It takes too long to draw a new one. So here, this here is minus 3. I know it's a bit messy, but you just bear with me on this. So when you apply this transformation here, everything stays the same, but then you drag it downwards by 2. So it was 3 here. You drag it down, so now it's 1. Okay. This point here, it was this point here, it was negative 3, and then you drag it down, so now it's negative 5. So this is negative 5. Okay. So but basically, this whole thing here, I know it's a bit messy, but this whole thing here gets dragged down by 2. So your new graph will look something like this. Well, it's going to look something like that. Okay, but the overall answer would be this. Hang on, let me clear everything. Our overall answer would be this here. You see, this is our 45 here, because it was earlier it was positive 3, and then it gets dragged down by 2, and then this point here, it was negative 3, and then it gets dragged down by 2. That's why it's at negative 5. And don't forget, this was our origin originally. Okay, this was our origin originally. So when we first started out, it was cos of x. When we first started out, it was cos of x, meaning this. When we first started out, it was this. it was this. Well, yeah, when we first started out, it was cos of x here, and then slowly we transformed it into this this. Sorry, what I said earlier was not right. Originally this point was here, okay, and then somehow we did lots of transformations to get to this point here, okay. So originally this was here at the 1, because when you draw a graph of cos of x, it starts at the 1. So originally it was here, and then we did lots of transformations, and then this is this point here, okay. So this here would be your final answer.